that is what I'll call this, is late to the party, late to the game, the afterthought, who knows. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a try on for some new products that I recently picked up while I was out shopping. Most of these are definitely products from last year, but unfortunately because of shipping and such, we get things a little bit late, as I've said before. So if you are interested to see my late to the party try on of some products, then please keep watching. So the very first thing I'm going to try is this Farsali. This is the Unicorn Essence. Now, this has been out for quite some time. I think it came out at the beginning of last year maybe. And of course, it's one of those viral things where it went viral because everybody was dripping it all over their face. So in addition to dripping it all over your face, what it is actually used for, it says, is it is a dual purpose serum, infuses the skin with beneficial skin care, it preps it for layering, moisturizer, or application, or makeup application. For superfruits, rich in antioxidants, it also helps make the skin appear visibly younger and healthy looking. So the actual directions for this, nowhere on this says drip on your face. So that must have been an Instagram thing. Apply to clean face before moisturizer. Oops. May be used as a primer before makeup application. I'm just going to take some of the dropper. It has a faint smell. I don't know what that smell is though. And I mean, since we're putting this on YouTube, I'm gonna drip it all over my face because that's apparently what you're supposed to do with it. Right? I'm interested to see how well this works as a primer. I did not actually pick up the, what is it, the gold elixir, the stuff that everybody puts on their lips, although I did want that one. They didn't have it, so I probably will at least give that a whirl because my lips always need a little bit of something. Now this does feel kind of tacky, so hopefully this does work as a really nice primer. Okay. And the smell, it's not a bad smell, so if you're really sensitive to smells, definitely not bad. And I will try to cut it out as much as possible, but if you hear that beautiful sound of a saw, my husband is working on some things in his workshop. So two other items that I found that I was pretty intrigued in, and I know that I've seen these on Instagram, I'm sure. This is from the company, I believe it is Eloise. This is, it reminds me of the Color Effects drops. And this is called Get Glowed Illuminating Drops. This is in their limited edition Snowflake, so I'm assuming this was probably their holiday collection. But it's just like the Color FX drops, but this feels much thicker. And if you can see, I mean, a little bit does go a really long way. So, very reflective. And also from the brand Eloise, I picked this up, and this is one of the, it's kind of like a paddle brush, but it's really pretty. It's very Instagram worthy. And the brushes, or the bristles, are really smooth. This is the smaller one, so since I picked up the Illuminating drops, I wanted to try it with this. I don't know how this will work, so I'm just dipping some out in like my little palette. I'm going to actually put this on before I do my foundation because I don't know what this is actually going to go on like. I have not tried these. Okay, so the brush might be better for foundation. I mean, it spreads product out, which is what it's supposed to do. This stuff doesn't seem to be spreading as easily as I would like. It is hella reflective. So you definitely only need one little itty bitty drop. Even what comes out of the dropper is almost too much. Well, she's glowing. So the next item that I grabbed while I was out, I went actually looking for the new NARS foundation, but we don't have it yet. So I did pick up this. This is their Velvet Matte foundation stick. And this comes with 9 grams of product, which is not a lot. I did not read that when I was in the store because this was expensive. So this says that it is a velvet matte foundation stick, glides and blends effortlessly. We'll see about that. I tend to have problems with foundation sticks actually blending, so I'm hoping that that works. This is my first go with a NARS foundation. So the only time I've had this on my skin was when the lady just did the swipes to color match and we blended it just a little bit, but she was doing the blending, not me. Now, one thing about this foundation is it does come with like a spongy applicator, and I did try this on my hand, and I'm just for the sake of the video, I'm not a fan. I'm not going to use it. I think in your purse this is really neat because it does come out so you can actually wash it and clean it for hygiene reasons. That's great. It's just, it is very dense, and I feel like it picks up more product than it actually puts down and blends out. I am going to give this a go, and obviously putting it over all of my beautiful highlighter. My test is always if it can cover up the redness. So I am going to spray with some of the Smashbox primer water just in hopes to help it blend a little bit. And I'm going to take my EcoTool sponge and let's blend. All right, so there's something going on right here. It's like a gathering of foundation. I don't know why. Other than that, it does blend out pretty easily and smooth. It gives a, I'd say a light to medium. You can definitely still see my skin and a little bit of the redness peeking through, but if I did some color correcting before, you might not be able to. For the other side of my face, I'm going to take a blending brush. This is the buffing brush from Real Techniques, and I will also spray this with the Smashbox. You can use a Fix Plus, anything to kind of help it blend a little bit. And let's see which side I like better. I can already tell, no, I'm not digging the brush side, so I feel like the brush definitely lifted a lot of the product off. So back to my sponge. Now I am going to go back in and just try to give myself a little more coverage to see if I can build this. Just in some of these areas that I tend to have a lot of redness. It does actually build up pretty seamless, so I am going to add a little bit more on my cheeks and a little bit more on my chin area. All right, so I think that the finish is pretty. It's kind of gathering, I feel like, a little bit here. I'll zoom you in so you can see. If you look like right here, it's just accentuating any kind of texture, but I normally don't have texture there. So maybe, I don't like right here. I just feel like it doesn't look as nice there. but I feel like it does have a real pretty finish. It's not fully matte. That may be because I put the highlighting cream underneath it though. I do also find with stick foundations that I normally need to let them heat up a little bit on my face, and I feel like they kind of melt a bit more into the skin. So I am going to wait just a little bit before I kind of give my final thought on that. So the next product I want to try out is the blending brush head from Clarisonic. Now I know that this again is another late to the party item, but I want to try this out with a contour, and I'm interested to see if this foundation will hold up with a cream contour over it. So we are going to give it a whirl. Wow, that worked amazing. Excuse the hair. I'm normally not a real big fan of cream contouring just because I feel like it always looks really muddy. But wow, that's unbelievable. That is actually unbelievable. I'm shocked. Hands down, best product, hands down. If you have a Clarisonic, you need that brush. If you have not tried it already, I don't know why I didn't buy it sooner. All right, and the last product that I picked up while I was out, another face product, is by Mercier. This is the Candleglow Sheer Perfecting Powder. This is in the number 1, and it really reminded me of the Hourglass, and what are they called? The Hourglass powders. I don't know what the exact name is, but it goes on as just a perfecting powder. It's very, very sheer, so you probably really can't see it that, and I still have that highlighter on my hand. But I really, really hope that this does the same thing, because I have not bought the Hourglass one yet, just because they don't sell Hourglass here. So, and I always seem to forget, but I'm going to use this to set down my face and my contour just really underneath my eyes, just to see if it helps maybe set down the foundation a little bit. Now this powder is actually, it's very light and it's very fine, so maybe that's why. But you can see maybe it just gives like a real gentle sheen, which is really nice for just a real fresh makeup look. So I'm actually pretty pleased with how the makeup looks. I'm not sure yet about the foundation, to be honest. I feel like on my chin it's breaking up just a bit, and I definitely have some blended issues, which is not from my skin, but mainly right here. It looks a little cakey, and right here as well. This could just be from it being dry, but I really moisturized my skin really, really well today. So I think if you have oily skin, it might actually be really, really good for you, because it is a matte finish. I like the finish of it, so I'm going to continue to play with it with a few products just to see if I can make it work, or it may just be one of those items that I use to throw in my bag just in case for touch-ups. So the NARS Velvet Matte, it's okay. It's not my favorite. The brush from Eloise, I really like this. I think that this would be nice to put on your moisturizers and things like that, because I don't like touching the products before I put them on my face just from germs. So I really like the brush. The bristles are very soft. Not a necessity, but you definitely, you know, if you're a makeup person, you would like it. The Get Glow drops from Eloise, I really like these. The payoff is definitely there. I feel like they're a bit thicker in consistency from the Cover FX, and I believe they're about the same price point, at least here. So I think that you can normally get these online though for a buy one get one free, and that would be a really good substitution for the Cover FX drops if you're looking to save some money. The Farsali, I will see kind of how this foundation lasts. I like the feel of it. I like that the smell is not overwhelming. So, you know, if you're looking for something, you know, that's, I don't know if it's gimmicky. I don't know if it's going to enhance my skin at all, I think after time. But so far, I mean, it feels nice. It was not heavy or greasy on my skin, which is always a plus for me. The Laura Mercier powder, I really am enjoying this powder. I did use it one other time, but I just put it on over a BB cream. So I find that it sets everything down, and it does give you a really nice healthy sheen. So I will be updating and using this a little bit more. But those are the items that I recently picked up for my face, my skincare, my foundation. So if you have any good suggestions, leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Don't do color correcting. I very rarely. So it does build up actually